Every generation is different, but Gen Z feels different in a way that's hard to explain. They're more connected than any generation before them, yet many report feeling lonelier. They have unlimited access to information, yet struggle with uncertainty. They care deeply about mental health, yet often feel mentally exhausted. So what happened? Why does Gen Z think, behave, and experience life so differently? To understand Gen Z, you first have to understand the world they grew up in. Unlike previous generations, Gen Z didn't adapt to the internet. They were born into it. For them, social media wasn't a new invention. It was normal life. From a young age, their brains were exposed to endless information, endless opinions, endless comparisons. Every scroll showed someone richer, someone happier, someone more successful, someone living a life that looked better. And when comparison becomes a daily habit, it quietly changes the way you see yourself. Because no matter how well you're doing, someone online always appears to be doing better. Here's something most people don't realize. Gen Z isn't just carrying their own problems. They're carrying the world's problems too. Every day, they see news about economic uncertainty, climate concerns, layoffs, wars, social issues. And unlike previous generations, they don't hear about these things occasionally. They hear about them constantly. Their minds rarely get a break. They're connected 24 hours a day. And while technology gives access to information, it also creates constant mental noise. The result? Many Gen Z adults feel overwhelmed before their day even begins. Here's the strange part. Gen Z is the most connected generation in history. Thousands of followers, hundreds of messages, unlimited ways to communicate. Yet loneliness continues to rise. Why? Because connection and communication aren't the same thing. You can talk to people all day and still feel unseen. You can receive mix and still feel disconnected. Real connection requires vulnerability, time, presence. And those things are becoming harder to find in a world built for speed. Many people describe Gen Z as lazy, too sensitive, too distracted. But that explanation is too simple. What often looks like laziness can be burnout. What looks like sensitivity can be awareness. What looks like distraction can be a brain that has spent years processing more information than any previous generation ever had to. Gen Z isn't broken. They're adapting to a world that changes faster than human psychology evolved to handle. So the psychology behind Gen Z isn't really about one generation. It's about what happens when humans grow up in a world of constant connection, constant comparison, and constant information. Gen Z may be the first generation to experience it from birth, but they probably won't be the last. And maybe the real question isn't, what's wrong with Gen Z? Maybe the question is, what is modern life doing to all of us?